Hi, welcome to Pace Crafty Creations. Thanks for taking time out every day to hang out, chit chat, crafty, and create with me. Today I'm coming on with hashtag Deck the Year. It's an open collaboration hosted by myself where you alter a deck of cards. Last year I opened it in January and it was to alter a single deck of cards throughout the year, one card a week. This year I opened it up to any type of card, flash card, Uno cards, regular cards, mini cards, and whatnot. So I've got my cards all laid out for the rest of this year for next week and the rest of them. And I thought I would share what my cards have grown into this year. So this is the box I'm keeping them in. And these are the cards I did. This was last week's. I was not going to write on the back of it, but I decided to put it on the back just in this tiny little part right there. And I really love how this one turned out with that wallpaper border cut out. So pretty. And this was week 46. I just really love seeing all the cards and everybody's creations. This was week 9. And that was an old calendar page, and it has some stickling on it. I really have loved using the stickles. This was the very first one for this year. Really love that one. Very first one for this year with a little elephant on there. Week number 1. Then over here we have week number 2, and I did that with a green card. So I made the whole thing green. This was another flash card, and that was week 5. The bunny one, this was around Easter, week 7. This was a card that was gifted to me by Sassy Southern NC Girl, and it was week 6's card, and it was a jumbo playing card. I have not used very many of the jumbo playing cards. I'm going to try next year to use some of them. And this one I incorporated that clock piece down here. That was week 8. And I really stickled this one up and used thread for it. And that was week 11. This one I made into a tag flip, and that was week 12. With all the different little tags on there. And I used the flash card for that one. Then this one was around spring, and I did bead dangle with the word spring 1. And I did some little bees and stuff on there, and that was week 13. This was week 14, a little mason jar stamp. Another jumbo playing card, and week 22. And I used vellum overlay on that checklist part there because I wanted to see if it was stamped. This one I used tissue paper for the background on. That was week 23. This one I kind of did a mini card. And this was week 24. So you can see the progression through my crafty process here. This was week 27, and I did it as a folio type where you open it up and then you have that in the center, and then I have a tab there. So you open it with the tab, and then I was gifted this by Side Gig Crafts. Really pretty. And this one here, I did a little bit of collaging on the background and then used some butterflies that I received from Roses Are Forever. 32. This was July, Christmas in July kind of thing. I used that vintage paper from a book I got. Week 30. This one I did a shaker, and that was week 15. Just wanted to see if I could turn it into one, and I really love that one. And I used the little brads that I got from Alma Tyser. And this was week 18. I really love that paper back here. This was week number 16, and I created a little journaling card on the inside of this one with an envelope, and then there's a tuck spot here that has some little journaling cards. And then you flip it over and there's the front. And I did this with the distress sprays and alcohol inks, I believe. This one I turned into a notebook. That was week 33, and that was 2 mini-sized cards. This one I didn't do any inking on whatsoever, and I just collaged with planner stickers and changed them up just a little bit. That was week 34. Then this one I used paint on, and that beautiful, I got this from a Tim Holtz thing, wallpaper type thing. That was week 36. This one I used an index card on. That was week 37, and I put some little brads there, and I love the mushroom stickers down there. This one I stacked mini cards on top of a card, and I used some thread and then a wax seal for that one. That was week 39. Another large card. I did a giant stamp with this one, and then some stenciling and inking. And I did a little bit on the back. That was week 40. And I really love this. Is one of my favorite ones with that little guest check. That was week 41. This one I did with things I got from Ms. J00, I think it was. From the stacked challenge, I believe. Week 42. I put a little envelope, not envelope, little piece of paper in there for that one. And a little whale's tail punch there. Just really adorable, and I stacked it. Then this one, I love the plaid on the back of that. I did not do much with this one. I did very minimal. That was week 43. Then this one here was around Halloween, and it is week 44. And then another large card. I did those circle stickers and that cookie cutter punch with Cherish, and I used some stickles, and my stickles kind of got away from me. They kind of went out of the jar down here. I think when I was moving it off my desk, I brushed it with my thumb, and that was week 45. So we are on week 48, and this is what I did for this week. I took some music paper I had in my scrap bin, this tie up here, and I put that on the card, and then I ripped it here so you could see the two, and then I took a bunch of little, like, I call it poinsettia bunch, like flower paper, and I inked them up around the edges, and then I stickled each tiny little petal. Then I took this beautiful thing here and I stickled each one of those little parts, the little petals. You can't really see it, but I did stickle it right on the edges of each petal in that flower. And then I attached it all with that brad right through. And I really wanted that gold to show. It's so pretty with all that stickling. And it's kind of kicking off the Christmas crafty season. And then I rounded each of these petals using my nail file because it was the only thing that had that would fit through. And then I just kind of did that. So I fit it on there, and then I just kind of rounded it by pulling on the paper and pulling that piece out. So just like that, it gives that nice rounded look to it. Kind of bevels it in, and it was easier to do all the way around underneath as well. And they're not glued down, so they can move. I can move them however I want to by tucking in and just moving it so that I can play around the petals after. But I really love how this one turned out. It's very simple, but really sticky gold. And it wasn't meant to be gold. I used the clear, but the stickles came out gold on that paper with the ink. And I'm really happy with how that looks. So that was week 48. A lot of cards. A lot of cards. So I'm going to show you the cards again, one by one. Not that one there. But I'll show you them like this while I read the names of people that have taken part in this collaboration. Thank you everybody that has taken part. So we have Elma Tyser, Annie Creates, Blonde Amazon, A Bullet for My Snail Mail, The Becca JB, Black Whisper Crafts, by Mimi with Love, Carolina Bug, Crafting Rose, The Crafting Shed Davies, Darla Phillips 92, Diana Loves Color, Debbie Jeans This and That, Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage, Emily's Paper Caper, Gwen the Trash Witch, Fairly Keeley's Hobbies, Just Donna Maria, Jenny Ginger Ninja Crafts, Kendra Full of Joy, Kim's Inspired Life, Linda's Creative Life, My Reality Crafts, Mary Ellen's Crafts and Hauls, Martha Makes Art, Ms. Crafty Girl 42, Maniac Grammy's Homestead, Pam's Treasures, Petey Pie Designs, Scrapbooks and Memories, Susan's Heartstrings, Sassy Southern NC Girl, Steffi Creates, Sunflowers and Crafts, Tea Friday 77, T-Ho Creates, Treasured Memories, Crafting Whimsy, Vividly on Paper, Silver Moon Creations, Tammy Van Antwerp, and Free Spirit Arts. Thank you all so much for taking part in this collaboration. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.